Okay. Oh my gosh. You know what, we'll just do that. I think that's perfectly fine. There we go. Oh, of course. Of course. Always technical difficulties. Ah. What's going on here? I hate that every single time I try to do something live, I always have some kind of technical difficulty. Cool. Well, anywho. I gotta wear small gloves today because I don't have any mediums. So I'm gonna be squeezing into some small gloves. Can you work? What's wrong with you? Anyways. Alright. What is up, you guys? We're tearing gloves, and we are going to prepare some briskets to be smoked for a party this weekend. Okay, this one's good. Cool. Done. We got a backup. We shouldn't need the third, but we will need this one. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. We are smoking 2 prime Packer briskets, and we're using one of my favorite seasonings. It's Kinder's Prime Steak. Super good. And if you'll notice, the easy hack so I don't piss my wife off. Trash bags, painter's tape to the countertop. So we're gonna get everything opened up here. There we go. And don't worry, if you go into the comments after this is live, you will see everybody tell you all of the things that I did wrong, so you'll know how to do it perfect, because I'm an idiot and I don't know anything. Okay? All right, there's a ton of fat back here, so we'll start with this. Just trimming the BS off of the brisket. I like to do this quick and dirty. It's not going to be perfect, but this is how I do it, and I've had reasonable success with all of my briskets. So take it or leave it. What up, everybody? We're doing briskets, Packer briskets. So the cookout ain't till Saturday. These are gonna go on the smoker tomorrow morning, and they're gonna smoke for about 20 to 24 hours, depending. These aren't the biggest briskets I've smoked, but they're also not the smallest. They're kind of in the middle. We've got about, they're both gonna be right around 11 pounds. Once I've cut everything and trimmed them up enough. But yeah, super excited for these. Cookout's gonna be, like I said, on Saturday. We're gonna do some wonderful baby back ribs, 2 briskets, a bunch of kielbasa. It's gonna be real good. And if you haven't noticed already, yes, I am sick. I would have done this earlier, but I've been feeling sick, so I wanted to wait and see if I got over it, so I wasn't prepping food while I was sick. But it is what it is. Just gonna have to deal with it. Maybe this bit right here. I'm thinking we're just gonna lop like this whole edge off. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to end up doing. Okay, there we go. What I like to do for the briskets is I try to make them like very evenly shaped, so they all cook approximately the same. And you can see like kind of that browning from it being exposed to the air. Yeah, you're gonna lose some good meat, but it's better in the long run. So again, this is just how I do it. I challenge you guys to get out there and smoke your own meat, figure out what works for you, what doesn't. But this way has worked pretty good for me. Yo, what's up, my boy? You're looking at the evolution. You began this. We're out here doing full Packer briskets. I remember learning how to do ribs and such on your little baby Traeger, and now we've graduated, son. You hit your boy up? I hit him up already. Happy birthday, nephew. I see you as well, bro. I see you as well. I think we're just gonna lop this chunk off here. Yeah, it's mostly fat anyways. car around this. That's kind of what we're doing. Because like, what you see with this stuff is like this big hard pack of fat right here. Like you're never gonna render this down. So what I usually do is I'll just like cut into this like that, kind of almost in a V shape, just to really expose more of the meat. Because this is a big old fat cap right here. And now, instead of it being this big chunk of fat, we have like a thin little piece of fat. And then what I'll try to do is just come over the top and just kind of take this like silver skin off. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want the majority of it off. It just helps with mouthfeel. Pause. But yeah, like, don't let brisket scare you. I used to let it scare me because it's expensive and you feel like, oh, I'm going to ruin a big old expensive cut of meat. Nah. Just low and slow, shut the lid, forget about it, and get a good seasoning that you like. Because here's the thing, we ain't out here to win damn barbecue contests. So if it tastes good, it is good. That's all we're doing. See? Again, you see like all this fat right here. I think I'm just gonna, again, just try to take some of it off. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know, we're just looking to get in there and get that first layer that kind of oxidizes, gives it that weird taste. That's really all we're looking to get rid of right now. You want a little bit of fat to protect it so that when the fat renders, it just kind of melts over all of the meat. Yeah, we're getting there. Pretty happy with this so far. Whoop. You know, dude, I didn't realize how close our boys were in birthday. It's pretty tight. All right, so there you go. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna be smoking on a stand-up pellet grill, nice and easy. I like my stick burner, but these super long smokes, I just don't have the time or patience anymore. Really, I'm just too busy. Can't sit out there and stoke the fire and throw the chunks in. I've done it before, and I really enjoy that, but these pellet grills make it so easy and so convenient. And honestly, I get a good flavor out of them every single time. So I'll probably never go back to regular smoker. All right, we got another one. Yep, kind of same. You can see all this kind of like ratty, like nasty. Where are you? I am on planet Earth with you. Anyways, so yeah, so we're just gonna start on these bigger chunks. Just try to round this out, make it even. We're trying to keep them about the same size because we're doing the same smoke time for them, so we don't want two real drastic cook times. We have, about 8 hours to play with, but ideally what I'd like to do is have these both pulled at the same time, so that way they can begin their rest. We're gonna do a hot rest for these, and then on my other smoker, we're gonna do the ribs, we're gonna do kielbasa, and then we're gonna hang everything in the stand-up smoker and just put it on 180-degree smoke. Just keep some warm smoke in there, keep everything nice and smoky and ready to eat. Shouldn't dry anything out because again, 180 degrees is not very hot. So, should work out real good. State. Why you trying to come through, bro? What you gonna bring to the cookout? Let's get this edge started. Yeah, we're just gonna have to take a big lop off. Yep, just like that. That's what we're looking for. There you go. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Nice clean edge. This fat cat back here. Maybe I'll just try to go silver skin right now. Just come across and just try to get as much of this as we can. As you can see, like we're just taking a little layer off. We're not doing a lot. We're just trying to slice that first layer off. We don't want to chop into the meat. Just do the best you can. You're not going to get all the silver skin. I mean, you can. I just don't have the patience for that, so. Sorry if I miss your chats. I'm cutting with a knife, so. Trying to pay attention to what I'm doing so I don't end up cutting my finger off. Because then my wife would be real mad at me. You did what? There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see what the fat looks like on this side. Yeah, this needs a lot taken off. A little bit more than I wanted came off with that. That's fine. Like I said, it's not gonna be perfect. What it will do is taste good. Promise you that. Sorry if my voice sounds a little monotonous. Again, I am not feeling well, so it is what it is, boys. Okay, there we go. Nice. Kind of just want to take that edge off. Yeah, just like that. There it is. That's a nice even chunk. Whew. Yeah, there we go. Just like so. Bam. Gonna get this one off now. There we are. Again, I'm trying to leave some fat, but at the end of the day, don't worry about perfection. You just stress yourself out. And if you're stressed while you're prepping, that stress is gonna seep into the meat. And then all your guests will taste the stress. So you just take it easy. There you go, look at that, that's nice. That's what I'm talking about right there. Cut that nice edge off, look at that. It's coming out good. Coming out good. You guys just see this big pile of scraps. Try to make it so you guys could see the actual brisket now. Boom, there we go. Let's see. I'm gonna get this little flap off here. There we go. Okay. Just take that little edge off, just like that. Okay. This is a hunk of fat. Let's see if we can maybe cut it in half. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah. There we go. All right. You know what I really want to do one day is I want to learn how to do like a traditional Mexican barbecue with like the nopal y todo, and bury it on the coals. That would be cool. I would really love to do that. Okay, so there you go. And this one was kind of nice. I think we might cut into this a little bit. Let's kind of see how this goes. Kind of cut down. Yeah, just get this opened up. Because this is going to be a lot of fat. Yeah. So we kind of cut a divot into it where we can expose a little bit more meat, thin out that fat. Because there's this big section of fat right between the point and the flat. It's going to go inside in between the two muscle groups. So sometimes I carve it out, but for this one we're going to leave it. This is a nice, like, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about in terms of the two pieces. I can't really grab this, it's slipping. But yeah, they're pretty even, pretty close in size, and that's really what we want. This one on my left is a little bit taller, so we'll probably put this one on the lower, where it's a little closer to the fire. But all in all, these are really good, similar size briskets. That's kind of the hardest part, really, when you're doing multiple briskets. Like one, it's whatever, right? When one is done, it's done. But when you're doing multiple, you want to make sure that they're similar in size so that the cook times don't vary, all right? And now, onto the seasoning. And the easiest way for me to describe my seasoning technique is no dry spots. Absolutely none. We believe in seasoning in this house. We believe in flavor. But I also want the meat to speak for itself. When I serve my brisket, I do not serve it with any steak sauce, because if you need steak sauce for my brisket, I screwed up. Okay, there's one and two, and now we've got the other one already prepped. We're gonna just throw this over the top. Cool. I'm just gonna rub this all over. And we're doing this a day early, and this is especially important because what this is going to allow is for all that salt to penetrate into the meat. And it'll actually act as a tenderizer. So it'll really help that nice, smoky, pull-apart barbecue feel by getting a lot more of the seasoning into the meat overnight. It's just an easy trick. You don't want to let your briskets cool down, or excuse me, warm up rather, too much while you're prepping them, because you are going to put them back in the fridge. So what you do once you're all done and you're ready to cook, pull them out a little while early, so that way they can kind of come up in temperature, so you're not throwing a cold hunk of meat onto the smoker. If you can, I've done it both ways. I haven't noticed a difference. It is just a little bit easier on the cook if you can let it come up to temp a little bit before throwing it down. That's one done. We're just going to take this. We don't want to be wasteful, so we're just going to stamp this into the leftovers down here at the bottom. Just really get this meat all covered in seasoning. Just really press it in there. And then I'm going to show you guys another trick once I'm done with this. Okay, a little bit more on this end. Really get in there. Massage the meat. That's what you want. And before anybody asks me about using my gloves and touching this, you do know that you can wash these containers, right? Like, just because you don't see me wash them on camera doesn't mean they don't get washed before they get put away. Just saying. Some people are crazy. Okay, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Okay, again, no dry spots. That's what we want. We want no dry spots. Good, good, good. All right. So now, this is what you should be left with. 2 hunks of meat, completely covered in seasoning. And now, for my last trick, this is what you're gonna do, okay? I'm just gonna peel this off. Okay. A literal trash bag. I prefer the nice outdoor heavy duty ones. And what we're gonna do is drop the meat. That's right on the floor in the bottom. Just like that. Now, outside of the bag is clean. I'll wash my hands. You'll see. Alright, hands are clean, soap and water. Pull as much of the air out as you can. Really tighten it down. Straight in the fridge. Just like that. That simple. So, now that meat will sit and the salt will just penetrate the meat. Get it super, super tender and super, super flavorful. And then tomorrow, we'll get up early in the morning, throw it on the smoker, set it to about 220, and it'll go until Saturday morning. And so now, super easy. Didn't touch or use those knives. Dirty knife. And this is my favorite part about this technique. So, take this. Ready to clean it off. And then what we're going to do is come on over, grab our clean one. We're just going to peel these edges, just like that. Peel everything towards the center. Oh, hang on, camera mount's in the way. There we go. Just like that. Towards the center. Self-contained mess. Be right back. Boom. And as you can see, there's no way that the wife can yell at me. Because there's nothing on the counter. Then we take our nice little Clorox and bleach it up in case any of the meat snuck through or I cut the bag when I was carving. Everything's nice and disinfected. Easy money. Just like that. And that is how you prep 2 briskets in, like, what was that, 30 minutes? Can't have been that long. Yeah, 31 minutes exactly. I am now available for questions. What questions do we have? But honestly, seriously guys, like, in terms of barbecue, get yourself a cheap pellet grill. Doesn't have to be a Traeger, because Traegers are expensive. I don't use Traegers, they're too expensive. Like, get yourself a used pellet grill. People sell them all the time. Like, they get two, like, they start on the small ones and they're like, oh, I want a bigger one. I'll sell this one for, you know, $200. Go grab one. Get some pellets and practice. Because I've read a ton of things about how you can't do this and you can't do that and you have to do this and you have to, and I don't care. I have disobeyed a ton of rules that people have said, oh, you have to wrap during the stall on brisket. It doesn't matter. Find a recipe, practice it, try things that you think would work, and you'll see. It's crazy to me because my dad used to be like the grill master, and we've had like this proverbial passing of the torch now, where I'm like the pit master now, because anytime we do a big get together, everyone always asks, hey, yo, can you do brisket? Can you do ribs? Can you do bring the meat? We want you. Like, what an honor. I got asked to smoke the turkey for Thanksgiving. Like, that's huge honor, because I'm 3rd generation now. Yeah, because I have my grandparents, my parents, and then me. So 3rd generation is getting asked to prepare the family togetherness meal, like the main course for the family togetherness meal. And that has happened because I was willing to go out and just make mistakes. And I'm telling you, if there's no better feeling than putting hard work and effort into a meal and seeing the looks on everybody's faces, being like, man, this is so good. How'd you do this? And no gatekeeping. You tell everybody, oh, this is what you do. This is how easy it is. Because good food is always awesome to share with people. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Take it with a grain of salt. Salty pennies, get it? Haha. But yeah, if nobody has any questions, I'm gonna wash my containers and put them away, and I doubt that you guys really want to see that. Chat's seeming kind of dead, so I don't think you guys have any questions. Pausing for questions. Pausing. Cool. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll go live again when we do the smoke and everything else. Maybe I'll go live when we're doing when I'm pulling the brisket. I don't know. I don't know, because it's my son's birthday, so probably won't go live then. But anyways, you guys, thanks for hanging out. Stay salty. Deuces.